We're back, people, and today we're going to film on Jack Bes, TCU wide receiver for the 2025 NFL draft class, and this is one of my guys in this class. Really enjoyed watching him play. He's started his career at LSU in college, was a tight end, transitioned to wide receiver, basically a big slot type now, and this guy plays tough. I actually think a really good comp for him that I've liked so far is Puka Nacua for the Rams. I think he has a similar play style, and just like watching him get open press man at his size is so impressive. He does it in so many different ways. He has the ways to route you up with just like his short area quickness is really good. I don't think he has the greatest long speed, and that might limit him, in certain situations. But he's good after the catch, tough, great feet, understands how to get open, whether he's going to use his size and physicality to create separation, use his short area quickness, suddenness, or just like combine it all with his understanding, his subtleties, his nuance in the route stem to create natural separation. I just don't think you should have his sort of like short area of movement skills at his size. It's very underrated, and definitely was one of my favorite guys to watch in this class. And if you're a Dolphins fan watching, he's probably one of my favorite fits as like, maybe day 2, maybe early day 3. I don't know where he'll end up going, but that type of area in the draft, he's like the ideal player for someone like them to target. I love him in any Shanahan type scheme, as I talked about with Nacua. McVay runs a very similar system, but he just understands how to get open, and here, doing it versus press man, it's what I love to see. And a lot of these are versus press man. Getting upfield, he needs to win to the outside here. This corner has outside leverage, so he hard attacks to the inside, gets up on top of him, and look at him use this right arm to just, boom, throw that guy out of the way, and then violently change direction. Look how he's able to sink that left leg right there, left, boom, drop the hips, and get out of that with, like, very little wasted movement. Like, doing it that at his size, like 6'2", 217 he's listed at, to be able to change directions like that is so impressive. Look how he just creates all that separation, picks up a first down, and a lot of these plays will be versus man, but he's also a smart player. Like, he understands how to find soft spot versus zones. He can win down the field in contested situations. It's a lot of good to come from his game. Here's an example of him getting open versus press man again, but doing it a different way. Just hard attacking outside leverage, but without using his physicality. He doesn't even need to touch him this time. He gives a little hesitation at the line, which usually when you do like this little like split release hesitation, and then you hard release, like turn it into a speed release, it looks like you're going to go vertical. So he gets him to open up his hips, boom, sell vertical, work back to the blind spot of the corner, catch the ball, which look how he does this. He catches the ball, he's in the air, he peeks back to find the corner, and like for him to jump here at the catch point, then get back on his feet, instantly turn into a threat after the catch, like with that instant acceleration, and then also run through tackles. Like, he plays with a ton of physicality. Like, he is not going to go down easily. He plays like a tight end would with the ball in his hands, but he's not like as big as a tight end, so he gets to have those movement skills because he's really like a tweener type. But he's doing this stuff on the outside. I think he's going to be more of a big slot at the next level, but I still think he'll be able to make some impact plays on the outside. Here it's just straight speed release, first press, use his hands to create some separation right at the catch point, and then late hands. Look how he brings up his hands late, and then catch it at the catch point, boom, pull it away from him, and then make a nice catch at the catch point with the guy kind of all over him. He can make some contested catches, so that's big body guy. Really enjoy watching Bech play. Very exciting. Here's another example of him just creating separation with physicality. Hard release to the inside, understands what guys are trying to do. He moves them off their spot and then uses that physicality. Fights through contact too, because it's not like he's just like pushing to get open. Like, he's getting physical and giving a little bit of a shove, but he's not getting like obvious OPI. But then just working, like, this guy's holding him here, and he's just working through that contact. He works through it so effortlessly. It's very exciting to watch. And even here, like, it's the little things after the catch. Like, obviously he doesn't really like break this tackle or go anywhere, but for this guy like pulling him down like that, and him to like still kind of stay up there for like a second, you can see the potential of him play strength, contact balance. He's not going to go down super easy. Like, here, ball gets knocked down in front, but like, look how he cooks this guy off the ball. Look at the explosiveness here. Like, he hits him with the hop into the split release. So once you do this, you give him a little hop step into the split release. A lot of receivers do this because it doesn't waste a ton of time. You aren't doing a ton of moves. You just give you like a slight little hesitation, and then you get into your route. And it also gives you a two-way go, because when you split release like this, it gives you the option to hit a stick to the outside or a jab to the inside, and then break the opposite way. So what he does that, boom, stick that foot to the outside frame of this guy, and then break across the face. Like, just created so much separation. And look how quick his feet are moving, dude. His step frequency is so high, which is always a good sign, in my opinion. and he can run. We've seen him now break, work vertically. We've seen him break to the inside, break to the outside. He's doing it in a bunch of different ways. Here he's kind of working like a, almost a diamond release, hard attack this guy to the outside, get this guy to commit auto his leverage, then use his hands to fight back to the inside, catch the ball, boom, get upfield, fight through contact, make the guy miss, not going down first either. It's just super, super impressive. Even sometimes, like, he doesn't even create a ton of separation here, but you can just see how sudden he is off the ball still. Sudden, boom, hand fight through the contact. If your quarterback makes a perfect throw, he's going to catch that ball, and he makes it tough. He catches it away from the frame with his hands. He's, not all the time. I've seen this with this amount of separation, I've seen that ball fall incomplete all the time, afraid to take a hit from the safety, and he just hangs on to it. It's absolutely beautiful watching my guy Bech here go to work. Just constantly, he's bullying some DBs out there because he's just got such a natural size advantage versus corners. And then, a lot of safeties aren't, good enough coverage guys to cover him man-to-man. He's just such a mismatch weapon nightmare. That's why I would love him in Miami, because I feel like he complements that group really well. Just because, they have a lot of speedy, smaller receivers. And then, he also is different than what, Jonnu Smith brings, who's, a, receiving tight end. They have, win in different ways. So it's just very fun to watch Bech go to work, just doing it in so many different ways versus press man. Here, he's just constantly sudden this guy, playing a little bit of a softer press, open those hips right away, boom, stab, boom, break across the face, catch the ball, convert a fourth down, big time situations. Really selling this one too, because you can see he looks back like he might, he's looking back like he might sell vertical, and look at him just, boom, stopping a dime for the curl. The ball doesn't come in his way, but you can just see how good he is at sinking his hips and really changing directions at his size. It's the short area athleticism, which I have always said, I think, burst, I think that ability to accelerate, change directions, lateral agility, the short area quickness, I think body control, balance. I always think all of those athletic traits are more important than long speed. Speed is always nice, but it doesn't happen a lot where you're just running at full speed. Most plays you don't end up running at full speed. So it's a lot of that short area athleticism. Look at this, creating separation. Look how hard he sells that to the inside. And then he's just his timing on these routes are so good too, because he knows when to break it exactly. And look at him just boom. Look how quick his feet are here to get back to the outside. And he always bends it. Look how he gets out horizontally too. A lot of the guys will round this off, but he gets out straight up horizontally and then turns into a threat after the catch, trying to make some guys miss. Very, very impressive. This is the one play where he's not going versus press man. In the slot, that's where I like him on the next level. As a deep slot, working versus some zone, get down the field, avoid the reroute from the second level defender, and then break to the inside. Snap your head around. Know that the ball's going to be thrown over the middle with anticipation. Kind of float to where you need to be. He, doesn't round it off too much either. Catch that ball and then immediately turn into a threat. Catch it with his hands. Make the first guy miss. Accelerate. Look at his feet. High step frequency, like I was talking about. This guy is so good. So underrated. I know he's going to the Senior Bowl. Very excited to see him there. But I just feel like this is a guy that needs to be talked about more, because out of the receivers I've seen so far, I haven't seen every receiver in the class. Obviously, it's still pretty early. But I feel like this guy's going to be pretty easy in my top 10, potentially higher. So we'll see how it plays out, because I don't necessarily love the full receiver class, but I do like some of these day 2, potential day 3 guys. I think there's some sleepers, and I think Bech is probably my favorite of the bunch that I've seen so far. A very unique skill set that you just don't see a lot of guys have. And he was, I think it was his freshman year at LSU, he's playing as a tight end. And then I think, he didn't see as much playing time after he had to transfer to TCU, but then really, broke out. After having a solid year for a freshman, really got to break out this year for TCU. So excited to see how it all works out. Definitely one of my guys in this class. So Jack Bes, remember the name. I feel like he's going to have just a long, solid NFL career, unless, he goes to just a horrible team that doesn't know how to use him at all. But because situation always matters with that stuff. But I feel very confident he'll be one of the solid, long NFL career guys. So if you guys are new, comment and subscribe to the club. Peace.